So, Eric, I think you know as well as I do that Tucker, in private, what he says about Trump is very different than what he says about Trump in public. And it benefits him to be seen having photos taken with Trump at the golf course and everything. Tucker, I quoted him in my book. He said, I am voting for Kanye West. This is in 2020. So, like, he didn't vote for Trump as far as we know. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there with him in the ballot box, but we know that Tucker Carlson is one of these people who benefits from having the Trump audience on his side, but thinks very little of the people who make up that audience.
Tucker may want to run for president, and all this nonsense of Trump Tucker or Tucker Trump 24. Neither one of those guys would stick around to be the vice president. Both would want to be the president. And right now, I can imagine Tucker doing it, even though he's laughing hysterically next to Trump. I wish we had that picture here. We thought we might, but laughing hysterically next to Trump. I'm trying to figure it out, Jeremy.
Odd bedfellows. New York Times reporter Jeremy Peters wrote a book that outlines some of the things he's talking about, but he's on Newsmax with Eric Bolling. I mean, I would assume that Eric Bolling, formerly of Fox News, who's now on another conservative network, probably doesn't think too highly of the New York Times. You guys see them railing about it. But in this particular case, Jeremy Peters is on to talk about how he has been hearing about how Tucker Carlson is just fronting in front of Donald Trump. He didn't vote for him. In fact, he was going to vote for Kanye West. He doesn't really care that much about his audience or his viewers. He just uses them to get to a particular position, which is something tons of people have said, except maybe this is one of those proof type of stories when it comes to it. So let's go more about what he said in this book that he mentioned all of these accusations. He shared some of these insights from his reporting with Newsmax TV host Bolling. Peters' book, Insurgency, How Republicans Lost Their Party and Got Everything They Ever Wanted, was released in February. So according to the reporter and the author, Carlson personally holds Trump in contempt, but is more than happy to align himself with him publicly to siphon support and viewers. Again, something I think everyone could kind of figure out. No one really knows. Again, maybe it's old enough back, or maybe because I'm an old man. I remember when Tucker Carlson was on CNN. I think it was even Crossfire, one of those shows where he was this somewhere across the middle board guy. He kind of does whatever he needs to do to make more and more money. I think it's more of an opportunity for position and career. I don't think Tucker Carlson is going to run for president. I don't think he's trying to be someone's vice president. I think he's lynching on to whatever he can to make more appearances and elevate his status. It's kind of what elitists do. So either way it goes, the part about Newsmax turning, or at least reporting this, is another interesting level to this. They've been fighting with Fox News about what they perceive to be the real network that's actually supporting Trump, as Fox News seems to be waning a little bit more. So they came out straight away with this article as well, which startled me. Fox News banning Trump from network. Again, people have been speculating that, but again, Newsmax wants to let Trump know for sure, hey, you guys, hey, brother, we are your guy. So it seems that the Fox network wants nothing to do with Trump, and that's according to the New York Times. But Trump has been a thorn in the side of the Murdoch family. He's been talking about this crazy and the separation, especially after the 2020 election lies that he's been telling. So the New York Times is reporting that Fox News has not had Trump on its network in over 100 days, which the paper said was part of a larger strategy to eliminate the former president as a major GOP player. Trump's last appearance on Fox News came April 13th on Handy. Newsmax is reporting this. The decision to shun Trump has been made at the highest levels of Fox parent company and is backed by its billionaire chairman and his son, company CEO Lachlan Murdoch as well. Both these guys are Republicans, but are said to have developed a strong distaste for Trump. I think Republicans never had much of a taste for Trump. They used him the same way I believe Tucker Carlson's trying to use him for these types of purposes. Also, earlier this month, the Murdoch-owned newspapers and the New York Post and the Wall Street Journal published harsh rebukes of Trump's actions regarding the January 6th insurrection, while strongly opposing a Trump bid for president in 2024. So, is this a coordinated effort? I'm trying to figure out exactly. I think they're trying to at least siphon off some of these viewers or people who are completely 100% dedicated to Trump no matter what he does. I just don't know if the blatant push or these types of appearances will help all that much. There's a bit of a standard when it comes to Fox News. Many things won't leave them.
Yeah, I don't know that there's much to any of this, right? Fox News is a quote unquote news organization, but they are self-interested in being the ones who set the agenda, who set the talking points, who set the conversation. Right. And so Trump is a direct competitor to that, right? Like when he can go on whatever platform he's using or go on some TV show and literally he can, whatever comes out of his mouth is what the people who animate the party are thinking and talking about. That's a direct threat to Fox News. So the idea that they would want to pivot away from Trump support to something that they have more of a handle and control on, obviously that seems like they would be self-interested in doing something like that. And as far as Newsmax and Fox not being, as sycophantic as the other towards Donald Trump, I think that's a fake, sort of war. Like these guys are gonna fall in line with whatever the Republican orthodoxy is. I don't think there's some actual rift between the two. If anything, it's just about hearts and minds right now. As far as capturing the interests of the people who most animate the party, and that's the Trump people, quite frankly.
Well, it's a shorter version of that, I think, is the money, more audience, viewers. It's all it is to say one thing. It's we knew how CNN, MSNBC, even during the 2016 election, were reveling in how many ratings were coming in and talking about Trump, while at the same time accidentally promoting him. Was it an accident? But that's how these media organizations work. As long as the viewers and ratings are coming in, keep at it. And maybe the ratings are falling off. Maybe something was a little bit wrong, or maybe there was some lawsuits that were coming down. They were surrounding a lot of the things that they were saying, and they pushed back a little bit there. But they'll be back if he has some kind of level of power. We know how these things work.